What's going on, everybody? Welcome. My name is Jay, and this is Cultist Simulator, as you can see right above me. This is a narrative-based kind of, I don't want to say it's a deck building game because it's not, but it's very hard to describe. It's very unique. Basically what you are doing is you are building up and forming a cult and gaining followers to whatever end goal your cult has. There are many different options, definitely a lot of different ways to play. This game is not easy. It does not give a lot of direction. It doesn't tell you how to play the game. As soon as you open up the game, it says to basically test things out and learn for yourself. So it does not give a lot of direction. I have done my very best not to really look up, shy of one or two things maybe. I haven't gotten very far in terms of building up my cult, so this is going to be a learning experience, but it's one that I would like to at least share with you guys. For anyone who does follow me on Twitch, I'm sure you're aware that something like this, it's a lot of focus on the game, so chat interaction would kind of be left behind. So that's why I wanted to do this for YouTube specifically, and I may also just premiere this on Twitch for days that maybe I'm not broadcasting. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna form our cult and see where things take us. So let's jump in. As you can see, I had a save file before. Now, when you first start, you're gonna start as an aspirant, so that's what we're gonna do today as well. You will unlock other options, so for example here we've got the physician or the dancer, but you have to progress the game in a certain way to unlock these options. I'm not going to spoil what it is, because if you want to figure that out for your own, all the power to you. So we're going to start as an aspirant with menial employment. Another thing to note, this is very narrative and text-based, so there's going to be a lot of reading. I'm going to do my best to make sure that everything's being pronounced properly, but if I get tongue-tied, sorry, it's the best I can do. So, you start off with the ability to work, and we have our menial employment. A precarious position as a hospital porter. Miserable, but it's all you can find just now. So, we're going to take our menial employment and we're going to go to work. Another shift, mopping the darkened hallways, delivering posts to hollow-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. Start. Alright, so we are starting by working our daily shift. Now, I know where this is going to go, but I'm not going to spoil what happens next, as you'll see in, oh, there we go, right now. So just to kind of give you an idea, so right over here we have our health, which I'm kind of covering, so you can see our health right there. That shows how many health cards we have. To the right of that we've got our passion, to the right of that we've got reason, and then finally on the far right we have funds. So funds are key to survival. You need to make sure you have money so that you can eat and stay alive, so that you don't starve or get sick. Halfway through your shift, the head porter beckons you aside. We won't require your services any longer, he says. Here, your last payment. We've paid you through the end of the month. I've lost my job. At least now I have a little time to rest and my health improves. Dream is unlocked. So, we've got another verb here, which is dreams. So you can dream to gain certain cards, we'll say. Once again, I dream of a glow beneath the filthy skin of the world. The light through the black wood, the pale door, the old man. So we have unlocked funds. We're gonna move those. We're just gonna put them up here for right now. And we have unlocked health. So we're gonna move our health up here. So the way I try and organize this is I keep my health in one row. I'm still learning, so it's an experimental process. I'll keep my passion, my reason, and then funds. There's going to be another verb that pops up here that is going to consistently pull from our funds, because, as I said before, we need funds to stay alive. So we're going to wait for our dream to unlock, but in the meantime, to make sure that we still get funds, we're going to work with health. Backbreaking work for meager pay. Is this the best I can do? So manual labor, it's going to provide us 1 fund for every time we work. In the meantime, our dream is almost finished, so we're going to see what that says. Okay. It began when I spoke to the old man in the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now. The pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? What is the cobalt light in my dreams? Time is now passing. So at this point, we're going to have another verb pop up that's going to consistently, as I said, take our funds. But we have gained contentment. So contentment is something that we can use to counter what's called dread. And if you gain 3 dread, then you essentially will die. There's a lot of things in this game that will kill you. Be aware of that. So we've unlocked passion. Rest, reconsider your priorities, or risk yourself in the exploration of the kingdoms of sleep. Alright. So we're going to continue with work. Now you can also fast forward as well. Make things go a little bit quicker. I'm going to try and keep it normal just because keeping it on fast forward, things can spiral out of control very quickly. So, back to normal here. We're going to pause. So here's the verb I was talking about, time passes. Time, the sundial's shadow, passes. I must have funds to live or I will become ill. You don't want to become ill because if you become ill, then you need vitality to fix that. So that's going to start pulling our funds regularly. Now when we go and do unskilled labor, it is going to fatigue our health. Fortunately, you do gain things like vitality, which can be used to gain more health. And we have also gained funds. The day is done, and so am I, but I've earned my pay. Perfect. One thing that we can do is if we take our health, and because normally this is going to take 54 seconds, so about 60 seconds to recover, but if we dream with our fatigued health, it brings it down to a 30-second timer, so we can recover that really quickly. And then once we've done that, we're gonna go back to work for manual labor, so that we can gain another vitality and try and gain 1 more health. So we're gonna go fast forward right now because there's really not much going on at the moment. A letter from a solicitor. The old man at the hospital. The one I dream of has named me in his will. I'll hear more soon. Okay. So this is the verb study. So if, say, we get documents or people, we can sometimes study them and gain more information. Now, what you'll notice with vitality, it also does have a timer. So if you don't make use of the vitality before that timer expires, it will disappear. So we have recovered our health and we are refreshed. So we're going to continue with back-breaking work to gain some more funds and some more vitality. Okay, that gave us quite a bit. Let's see. The old man has bequeathed me a sum of money and a packet of peculiar papers, poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. Study is unlocked. Alright, so we have unlocked 9 funds, which is great. Let's just throw that up here. A bequest. So this is going to have some kind of information that this old man has left us. We'll have to find out what. And we've also unlocked reason. Perfect. So, while we're waiting for the work to complete, we're also going to study our bequest. You can either do it with passion or reason. So if I click on my approach here, which is the way that I'm going to study this information, it'll actually highlight what I can use. So we're going to go ahead and go with reason. I'll examine each item with meticulous care. Perfect. Let's do that. So we've got 83 seconds left on our vitality. So let's take a look here. Health is fatigued, but we have gained another vitality as well as another fund. So we can't do any dreaming with our vitality, but let's go ahead and recover that health while we wait for the study to finish. After the study's finished, then we will get some work done with our vitality. Examine the bequest, employing reason. My correspondent describes my dreams exactly. They use names that are instantly familiar. The house, the wood, the hours, the glory. They knew secrets beneath time and the skin of the world. A new curiosity burns in me. There is a note here. Directions to a bookshop that does not advertise its wares. Interesting. So we will take back our reason. We have discovered directions to moorlands, temptation, enlightenment, notes on a possible collaborator, and a watchman's secret. So let's take a look at each of these. Cryptic directions to the obscure address of a certain moorland, a dealer in the rarer sort of book. Okay. Notes on a possible collaborator. My correspondent had recorded his observations of me. He believed I had potential. He recorded his observations of someone else too. With time and study, perhaps I can find that person. Interesting. Temptation, enlightenment. It has occurred to me that I hold the key to my wisdom. This card will allow you to win an enlightenment victory if you upgrade it far enough. Dreaming about it might advance it or change it. Okay. And a watchman's secret. It has been expressed like this. Each hour has its color, but color exists only where there is light. That's some very vague information, but in the meantime, we're going to study our vitality and add another vitality. I'm abrim with vitality. If I devote some time to exercise, I'll benefit. So what this is going to do is this should provide us a second health, which is going to be very handy in terms of being able to go back to work right away. Okay. Now we've also got another verb that's showed up here. What hungers drive me? Temptations. This fire needs feeding. Unfortunately, I don't have any cards that can fill that void at the moment, so... Oh, excuse me. I do. It takes them automatically. So we've got our... Let's read this here. The watchman, who is the door in the eye, waits in my dreams. If I learn the lantern lore and I dream of this temptation, I can advance my purpose. The need gnaws at me. If I learn the lantern lore and I dream of this temptation. So dreaming of this temptation will do something. I'm curious as to what that might be. As well, restlessness can be used, so if I try and work with passion, then I will paint, and I can use restlessness as a reason for that. Now, we are still studying the health, the vitality to gain another health, so let's work with passion, and the yearning, we can use our restlessness. If I'm restless, perhaps this is what I want. Okay. Now, there is a possibility through painting with passion that we can potentially sell our art and make some funds. However, the downside to that is it gains us notoriety, which when we start to grow our cult will likely mean that they're going to have a closer eye on us. Now, as you can see up here, sickness has come in. This does happen from time to time, where it'll take your health, and after the 60 seconds, it'll deteriorate into an illness. So in order to recover that health, you would use vitality or funds to heal yourself, essentially. I've grown stronger. I've gained health, but it'll be more difficult to gain health next time. So from here on out, I can't just use 2 vitality to gain another health. I have to essentially get skills. So I use this skill, a stronger physique. This can actually make working a little bit easier. I can gain funds quicker. Instead of just 1, I can sometimes gain 2 funds. So let's wait out and see what we get here from the passion work. Ah, success. I found a customer. She'll probably hang it in her spare bedroom and never look at it again, but her money is good. Sometimes painting will gain you glimmerings. Study them to unlock more advanced painting options. Perfect. So, similar to how we gain vitality with health, we can also gain glimmering with passion. So 2 glimmerings will, at first, give us 1 extra passion. And we've got 2 funds, so that's really nice. So we're going to study our glimmering, and we are going to work with health. Because this way we can get our vitality so that when our affliction has finished, we can just heal that right away. Okay, so we have an affliction right now. I'm just going to bring that down here. And let's wait for work and studying to finish. Perfect, so before our passion was exhausted, it is now restored, so we can use it again. So we have a fatigued health, that's okay. We've gained vitality, we've gained our skill back, and we've gained funds. As well, feed my imagination. There are more windows in my soul, but sunlight is not the only thing that passes through a window. I've gained passion, but it'll be more difficult to gain passion next time. Awesome. So similar to with health, where I gained the stronger physique, I've now gained the skill of vivid imagination. My daydreams sometimes outpace my dreams. Use this with work to paint, or with study, and with 2 lessons learned to gain more passion. So like I was saying, if I take 2 vitality, I would gain what's called the lesson learned in the health department. And with 2 of those, I can then gain 1 more health. After I've gained 2 lessons learned, then it's 3 lessons learned. So it becomes progressively more difficult to up your health, your passion, your reason. But that's intentional. So we are going to dream of our affliction. So we have the options of either medicines, which would use funds, which I really don't want to do, or we can use vitality. So in this case, we're going to use vitality because we've already got 2 health once we recover this. Let's maybe work on getting some more reasons. So I'm going to try studying with reason and see what that gets us. The world is awash with printed words. Even the newspapers contain knowledge sometimes. So we're going to study there. We are going to have to wait for our fatigued health to restore, and then we can go back to work. But what's nice is we're keeping our funds around that 10 mark, which is better than I normally do. So let's see, that's going to pull our Temptation Enlightenment. Let's see what it says. The watchman who is the door in the eye. So it's the same thing I was saying before about the watchman's footsteps. But we've gained our restlessness, so if we don't do anything with restlessness, that can turn into dread, which we do not want. Alright, so our health is restored, but I don't really want to have that restlessness turn into dread, so let's see. So we can use passion, both of our passions here, to try and paint more, because we have that skill of vivid imagination. You never know. This might be a living. Add passion to make distinctive paintings. Add mystique and especially notoriety to attract attention and make more money. Be careful if you use notoriety. Exhibiting paintings will keep you in the public eye. So I actually haven't read that in full before, so I didn't know that you could use notoriety or mystique with this. So that's good to know in case we do get that down the road. But we're going to start, and we're going to use restlessness as our inspiration. Now we can also use the Watchman's Secret, however that's going to gain us notoriety because that is, again, it's part of a cult. So we don't want to really put too many eyes on us at this point in time. So we're just going to let the restlessness be our inspiration, and we have healed our health, so we now have 2 back, and so we've studied with reason, and that has gained us erudition. The words contain knowledge. Now I contain it. It is a little like theft, and a little like feasting, and a little like the progress of an infectious disease. Erudition. I soak up knowledge as a shadow soaks up light. I may be close to an advancement. Erudition can be used with study to gain reason. It only lasts 3 minutes if unused. So, let's collect that. And same idea. 2 erudition will give us 1 reason. From there we should have a skill that we can then use to create more reason down the road. So, let us finish with our painting and see what happens. Now it is looking, so when you see it pop up like that where you have this black box, essentially what it means is you have the option to put a card in there. So the colors of the night. I could spend money on better paints, or perhaps I could find more exotic pigments. So right now the only option we have is for funding it, so I think in this case we're going to try and see if more better quality paints is going to provide us any benefit. Fingers crossed, but it's not always something that's going to work out for us. I see the mistakes, but I also see the end. Exceptional work. Ooh. Interesting. It doesn't look like we've gained any funds from this, but that's okay. The wrong kind of attention. I'm safe for now. The meddler's attention must be elsewhere. A relief. Okay. So, again, painting can... There's risk and there's reward. So we'll put our passion over here. Overexposure. This is not one that I've seen before. All audiences are fickle. Okay. So we have that mystique that it was talking about, which we could use with the passion when we're painting. We have contentment. We have glimmering. More mystique. Another exhausted passion, and our skill. Okay. Oops. Well, let's reorganize this. Okay, there we go. Let's try that again. Perfect. Now, at this point, I think what we want to do is go back to a bit of manual labor and get some eyes off of us. So we'll use one of our health here. Start that, and we're also going to go and study with reason again to hopefully gain an erudition. Okay, so that did gain us a fund. Interesting. It's not always guaranteed that we're going to get erudition, but that is the hope. Let's see what happens. Let's check this out. Bleak thoughts. Dark days. I must be careful not to let doubt creep in. Dread may provoke full-fledged despair. So I believe what happens if I have dread, it's going to pull that card into here. That, or it's going to pull something in there and create dread. Now normally I could use the contentment, but I don't. It's obviously going to take longer for that card to show up than it is left with our contentment. So let's see. Alright, so our passion's restored, so we're just going to stack those up again. And we've got our reason back, and we've gained 2 erudition now. Perfect. So we've got enough time that we will study our erudition. We're going to move our skill over here, and we do have another glimmering. So, our health is fatigued. We did gain vitality. We have our skill, and we have funds. So let's rest our health. See what comes of this guy here. In the meantime, I am going to go to work again, just so that we can make sure we're maintaining our funds properly. The wolf despair prowls elsewhere. No dread empowers this despair. It's over for now. So, as I expected, if there was dread, it would pull that card in and it'd be a bad time. We don't want that, because if the clouds part pulls 3 dread, then our life is over. So we do have fleeting reminiscence right now, and nap to recover from fatigue. So we have our health back. Excellent. Someone is meddling. Interesting. So it pulls our mystique in. Now let's see, what does the mystique say? Uncanniness lingers. Mystique may attract the attention of hunters. They can't use it to build a case against you, but it will encourage them to look harder. Okay. My mind, the library. I've gained reason, but it'll be more difficult to gain reason next time. So we've gained the skill of scholarship. I am flush with clever quotations. Use this with 2 lessons learned to gain more reason. Okay, so at this point we've got 2 reason, 2 passion, 2 health, which is great. That's a good starting point. Now, I haven't forgot we do have the directions to Moorlands and a note on possible collaborator, which we're going to have to do some investigating. That, however, is going to do it for part 1 of Cultist Simulator. If you guys enjoyed yourself, please like, comment, hit that subscribe button so I know you guys are digging what I'm putting out. Also, down below all my socials, you guys can catch me live on twitch.tv/PressAToJay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!